love the survival shows but not the drama? Do you ever wonder if the skills they show are for real? Come with Justin Wolf and Larry Roberts as they show what it takes to really do what they show on TV. Watch them as they act out different scenarios and show you the common mistakes most people make when faced with the tough choices you can be faced with when all does not go as planned in the wild.
That's a big stride, guys. That's a real big stride. That's not a, I don't know, I'm not an expert with tracking. I don't think that's no little pilot. I'm gonna say wolf, but like I said, I'm not an expert in tracking. That's a big stride. Not only the stride, but the size of the print. I just kicked some snow in it. Hopefully that's focusing for you guys. Look at the size of that track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's as big as the inside part of my palm. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Clothed and Confident. This one's going to be a pretty fun one. I've been looking forward to this one for a while. Got a super nice day today. It's like 15 degrees, but more importantly, the sun is out. I mean, I need to shed clothes here in just a minute. There's a little bit of wind, but that sun is just crazy hot. It's beautiful out. So I know most of the country was hitting colder weather than even we were, so it's nice to be able to enjoy a day in the woods and not be freezing. So I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit. Not really, but a tiny bit. I'm not in my backyard. I went down to the river. That's the St. Croix River. Right across there is Wisconsin. So, all right, well, let's get to it. We're doing kind of a Dude You're Screwed episode this time. I contacted Justin's wife and texted her a list of items for Justin to take out into the woods and just see what he could accomplish with those items. His wife needed to pick his cutting tool. Justin contacted my wife, same deal. My wife isn't into this sort of stuff, so she really didn't know. I don't know what the conversation was between Justin and my wife, but anyway, I know she had a question. She said in my bunch of items there's an envelope that if I absolutely need to, I can open up that envelope. She wasn't sure 100%. Well, when I figured my wife was going to open up my cabinet, I've got a cabinet full of knives. I got more crap than you would even believe. I've got metal arrowheads. I got a big sword. I mean, I got all sorts of stuff. I thought for sure my wife would open up my cabinet and pick something in there that I could use. I don't know what she picked, but I know she didn't go into my cabinet. So I'm a little concerned about that. All right, without too much further messing around, sealed up box. Let's see what's in this sucker. I do know one thing. She said nothing's in it fragile. So I can get let's get going. Okay, so like I said, no cutting tool. I took my knife off. You can't see that. Sorry guys, it's super bright out. It's hard for me to see the camera. Anyway, I was just showing you my dangler. I got no knife on there. Put my gloves away. All right, let's see what Justin tormented me with today. Oh, I feel something. A medium shower stall liner. Okay. That to me looks like a flippin' tarp with grommets already in it. That's gonna come in handy. Right up front, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna spend the night in the woods out here today. Guys, I've been super busy. So, but we're gonna do everything we can with this. Wow, this is basically a flippin' tarp. only got grommets on one side. Some sort of magnet here. Alright, well cool. Alright, let's be careful with that. Hold it back up again. Alright, let's see what else is in here. There's a package, and I'll pick up all this garbage, obviously. Holy smokes. Man. Thing of tinfoil, huh? Okay. I think I made it a little harder on Justin than he made for me. Alright. Duct tape, and it's got little bacon pictures all over it, so nice. Alright, this is the envelope. My wife said basically open only in emergencies. I'm going to stuff this in my pocket right now. Try not to use it, whatever it is. Oh, she, okay. She really helped me out on this one. Look at this. She gave me a Swiss Army knife. I thought for sure, I saw her getting into her dresser or whatever, into her office cabinet. I thought she was going to give me a letter opener. She gave me a flippin' Swiss Army knife. That's huge. And a towel, little washcloth, 100% cotton. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to stuff the trash back in here. Actually, I'm going to stuff all my items back in here. Well, of course, she took the tweezers. She loves those Swiss Army knife tweezers, but this is huge. Let's see how... Oh, there's even a flippin' magnifying glass on here. And it's a nice day. Huh. I doubt I'll be able to get a solar fire with that, but I'm definitely going to try. Let's just see. It's not even burning the paper. Alright, well, anyway. Hopefully Heather was as nice to Justin as my wife was to me with the cutting tool. Alright. Now I'm going to find a spot to set up, see what I can do with some of this stuff. Alright, as much as I want to go right now and make a fire with those items, the prudent thing for me to do would be to go to an area and set up a shelter. The wind's kicked up a little bit. I need a windbreak. I could spend all day on a fire and then have nothing to show for it. I should definitely find or make a shelter and then worry about some of those other things. As I'm going to my location, I'm going to be collecting resources that I think I might be able to need or might be able to use. I haven't seen any of my favorite birch tree, but I know there's some down here. That's all over my area, so I know there's some here. And I see some other stuff I can use too. I don't have any cordage. I can make some cordage with what he gave me. Alright, let's pack up our stuff and head on out and collect some stuff and find a good location to hole up. Okay, off in the distance there I see a birch tree there, and I see one there on my trail. And I think I see some sort of fungus on there. I think it's a strop fungus, but I'm going to check that out. I'm sure that Swiss Army knife isn't too sharp. Okay, when you least expect it, find a piece of chaga. This is too valuable a resource for me to pass up. I am going to collect something dead on the ground and try to knock that piece off as best I can. It's probably not going to be real great for me for fire starting right now, but I'm always looking to improve my situation, and in a week or so that's going to be gold for fire starting, and also tea. Okay, before I get to working on this piece of chaga, I just want to say something real quick. I didn't come out in the woods without more than in this box. I promise to you guys 100% I will not use it, or if I do use it, I will let you know. I'm not going to come out here. The people that do this on TV have... Sorry, I'm getting snow on my rear end, getting wet. That's a big no-no. The people on TV have a huge support network, guys. I don't. I'm out here, that's why half my footage sucks. You can't see, I'm sorry for that. I try to do the best I can, but I'm a one-man cameraman, just like Justin. We go out here, we do the best we can. Justin does a lot better job at it than I do. But anyway, I've got a knife, I've got a saw, I've got a bottle of water, I've got a lot of stuff. I promise to you, I will not take a drink of water, I will not use my knife. I have nothing to gain by that. Anyway, I also want to put that out there. I'm not coming out here without the basic necessities. If I trip and fall and hurt myself or something, my wife knows where I'm at. But 15 degrees laying in the snow, that's a miserable way to spend the day and waiting for your wife. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there. Like I said, I promise I'm not using it. I'm actually thirsty right now, and but I'm not going to take a drink of water without you guys seeing it, and it's not going to be from my water. My water is that's my survival kit. I'm not getting into that. Well, I only got a little piece and it's saturated with snow now. That's kind of a bummer. It's really going to take a long time to dry now. But that's okay. This will give me a pick-me-up or something for tea at the very least. I'm going to try for a second longer, see if I can't get another couple pieces on that. But it's hard on my shoulder. I'm an old man and I got some aches and pains. Doing it one-handed like that's killing my shoulder. Another great resource here. There's some of that bark right there. Inner fibers of this bark. Sorry, trying to hold it one-handed with my gimpy hand. Okay, totally grabbing that, stuffing it in my box. And I tell you what, guys, I'm stubborn as a cuss. I sat there and worked on that piece of chaga probably longer than what I should have. I used an oak stick and I got the whole thing. Alright guys, what I'm looking for is something that I can lay down as a bed. Shelter is not going to be a problem for me. My bed is. Everything is covered with snow. I don't really have any pine in my area. So, I mean, I do have some. I'm kind of looking for some. But there again, if there's one solitary tree, I don't really want to strip it bare. I mean, this isn't my land. That's not the way you should do it. A little trimming wouldn't hurt nothing, but I'm not going to strip a tree bare just for this. I don't want to camp down here where it's low like this. The cold air is going to sink down here, even though it's a temptation with the wind. That's another thing I'm looking for, is something a little protected from the wind. I'm going to keep moving. I'm at least a mile or so. Oh, and I just see something. There's something right up there. There's a bird's nest. I might go harvest that. We'll check it out. About a mile away from the road right now. I think I'm going to go a little bit deeper. The only bummer is there used to be a bridge here. There isn't anymore. I'm going to guess that on our lakes around here there's at least 2 feet of ice, but creeks and rivers you can never trust. I don't trust them. I may go over there. If I do go over there and cross, it's a smaller crossing, but the water's going to be running faster. The ice will be thinner, but there's a big log I can hold on to as I'm walking across. I don't really want to walk across the log and risk an injury. I don't want to walk on the log and risk an injury. It's very tempting just for me to try to hop across this right here. Let me think on it. I'm going to go harvest that bird's nest and I'll think on it. Okay guys, this is kind of what I was looking for. I've got this birch tree right there that's for sure going to die, and it's peeling its bark in super big sheets. The tree is still alive somewhat, so I'm not going to tear on it too much, but the trunk behind it is for sure dead. There's big sheets of bark on that I can gather. And this tree here, it's a good sized aspen tree, I'm pretty sure, but anyway, it's shedding its bark really good too. I'm going to leave it there for right now, but I'm going to clear off an area. This is going to be where I'm camping. Behind you, there's a huge blowdown. This area, we must have had a tornado or a super strong windstorm, because there's just blowdowns everywhere. I haven't been down here for a while. It's pretty close to my house, but still I haven't been down to this particular area. There's just blowdowns everywhere. But I got a ton of fuel right there. The river's just over the edge over there. Yeah, so I mean, I got a lot of resources right here. So this is where I'm going to camp, somehow, somewhere. So let me figure out what I'm going to do. Alright, well this is where I've decided to set my tarp up. The wind's kind of coming from kind of over there. If I had my plow points or something facing this way, I get some sun in the morning. if I were going to stay out here, you know, obviously overnight or whatever, but the most important thing is it's a windbreak. The only bummer is there's a frozen stick right here, and that's kind of miserable. I'm going to set it up real quick and see if I would actually be able to lay down, maybe lay down right here, because this stick kind of puts a damper in my idea. Kind of funny, great minds think alike. Justin's got some too. I'm not sure, I don't know what style he got or whatever, but this is crappy. Literally it says duck tape. With bacon all over it, sure, make me hungry. I've basically got a bird's nest already made, and I have heard sometimes of chaga taking an ember. I've heard from one person that the chaga can work without being dried out. I've had this in my pocket since I harvested it, not very long, and every once in a while the sun's peeking out, just barely. So every once in a while I'm going to see if I can get an ember with it. That's an effort in ridiculousness. That's not going to work. Whatever. I'll give it a try every so often. I'm going to keep on with my tarp. I split this duct tape kind of down the center. I don't need that wide of piece, so I kind of split it. Doggone it. I skimped on my duct tape. Alright, well I've kind of dropped the ball on this shelter. It basically sucks. It's what I could do though, you know, whatever. This knife is crazy dull. We never use these for their knives, we always use them for... Jeez. We always use them for the tweezers. Oh, I better be careful too. I'm not used to a non-locking knife. I hate them. Absolutely hate pocket knives that don't lock. Alright, this is what I was trying to do. Look at that, got my leg all snow. This is all I was trying to do, was get something soft, round, for a splice point in my tarp. This is what I've got rocking so far. I need more room in the top. I'm gonna put this piece of fungus in the top there and tie it off to a tree with the duct tape. This one-handed crap is getting old. Okay guys, believe it or not, this is the best I can do. The wind's starting to kick up. This shelter would be key. A flipping fire would be nice, but it is what it is. I need to get some bedding down in there. At least there's enough room in there. At the very least I could cuddle up in a fetal position and not die. I got snow. Oh, hold on. I got snow on all the corners. Okay. When I did this duct tape, I left a little tag end on it. In other words, I folded it over on itself. It will not have stickiness left, but I can still use that for cordage. So, alright. You know, it's not going to last a flipping hurricane or anything like that, but it's the best I can do. Let's see about peeling off some of that birch bark and making it so it's not wet in there with the snow. Yeah, that's right, I just ate snow. I don't have any water out here. I'm thirsty. I'm hot. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Taking this snow, putting it in my mouth and letting it melt is giving me a little bit of moisture that I need. I swallowed that a little too soon. I'm thirsty. You make up your own mind what you would do. This is what I would do. I'm not telling you it's right. I'm not telling you it's wrong. It's what I would do. I'll eat this snow all day long if I'm hot, if I have no other water source. I'm not going to just sit here and dehydrate. I'm going to replenish what I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to make a fire today. I don't know how. I mean, there's no sun. It's just, I don't know, I got to think on it a little bit. Alright, let's get some birch bark. Pretty crude, but I got a container now. Sorry you guys didn't see most of that, whatever. If you're gonna, here's a tip for you. If you're gonna make a birch bark container like this, make sure that when you pinch and twist the corners, like how I was doing, hopefully you saw that, they all go in the same direction. Doesn't matter which direction they go, but they all need to go in the same direction. In other words, if you pinch this and make one, you know, fold towards me and another fold the other way, it will make your container go all wampus. It'll be all twisted and everything. Whereas if you do it all the same direction, it'll lay flat like this for you. So that's just a little heads up. This is actually blocking a lot of the wind. I feel some wind right here because of this. It's actually pretty toasty in here. I'm gonna see if I can't, I mean, guys, it's a little too cold to do this. I'm gonna try to put this in the sun and melt some snow. If it was 25 maybe and had a little bit better sun, I could see it working. 15, man, it's just a touch too cold. I will get it though and put it in the back of my shelter, and you know, we'll see. Maybe greenhouse effect with the crappy sun that is coming out. Ooh, there's some blue sky coming up. Let me get some water, snow in this, and then I need to prep one of those horseshoe funguses just on the off chance that stupid magnifying glass will work. I should have processed this as soon as I saw it, because then it would have given it a little time to dry. One cloud that's right by. I'm gonna wait for it to pop out real quick. I mean, that's not even. I can't even feel that warmth on my finger when I do it. Okay, I'm slightly optimistic about this. I'm gonna try to get this on film. I was just messing around and I got the actual fungus to smolder for a second. Like I said, guys, I'm doing the best I can here with filming this. I really want to get a fire going. Well, let's see here. Let's see what Mr. Chaga does for us here. See a little tiny bit of smoke. I did. I'm gonna go to the river, get a better sight line to the sun. If I suddenly take off, guys, it's because I got a fire and I got to get back to my tinder bundle. I'm resting on my knee because I'm shaking a little bit. I smell it burning. I can't believe it. I think I actually got it flipping burning. Alright, I'm not screwing around, guys. I'm going back and getting this done. Freaking went out. Ow. buckets of bird snot. I can't flip and believe that worked. You guys probably didn't see that. No, of course not. Jeez, whatever. Oh yeah, man, this is huge. Humongous. Humongous. Humongous, humongous. I can't believe I was able to flip and get that with that chaga. I tell you what, I ran up the bank of the river, just constantly feeding it oxygen. Just, you know, it was either, I just kept feeding it oxygen. It was just crazy. Alright, now all I'm going for is a cold base because I got all this flipping snow. Alright, let me build up my fire, guys, and I'll get back with you. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see this wind-blown aspen down behind me, but it's going to afford me just a ton of fuel. So my stupid battery's going low. I'm going to make up some more containers. I'll show you my tinfoil container right now. Okay, now what I would do is just totally be a slave to this fire. I would just keep this fire going, probably not this high, but I want to make sure that none of the snow melts in it and puts it out. I had a birch bark lid on my container, but I think you can probably guess what happened to the birch bark lid because I'm a pyromaniac and I made my fire too big. But like I said, I made it this big on purpose. Alright, I'd continue to make some tinfoil containers, and that cloth that Justin gave me, I think he gave that to me so that I could make char cloth. I would leave that cloth whole because these funguses that I have, especially that chaga, I'm going to put these by the fire, and these are going to be my next fire. You know what I mean by that. Alright, it says it's 53 degrees in my shelter right now. Alright, I got my chaga drying right next to me. I got some water that's got a little bit of debris in it and stuff. I'm going to use this wonderful washcloth to filter it out. I have no reason to go to the river for water. I've got plenty of water right here. I could be steeping chaga tea. I want to take this chaga home, but I could be steeping chaga tea if I wanted to. Let that drip out. Justin, I hope that was clean. Alright, I got my little cup here. I'm pretty proud of this fire, guys. I really worked for it. That water tastes a little odd. I don't know if it's because of the... Like I said, I hope that washcloth was clean. Ugh. It tastes, got a little something going on in it. Nothing bad. I drink it all day. But, you know, who knows? And I know that, you know, somebody's going to tell me that tinfoil, I'm going to die because I drank tinfoil water. But I'm not worried about it. If I was truly out here, I would do this for sure, man. A little cup. If I had enough time, I might be able to rig something up like this where I could suspend it over the fire, you know. Right now I'm not that worried about it. I got my other tinfoil thing, making some water. That was a good drink of water, man. Another couple times of this and I'd be hydrated as heck. Keep this fire on low, just keep flipping, stacking the wood to it, and keep this chaga drying. I'd set it closer to the fire now. It was raging hot. but set it close to the fire, make sure it doesn't catch on fire. And there you go, guys. Yeah, the wind's starting to blow, and every once in a while it picks up, and this windbreak is huge. It's very nice and comfortable right here. The nighttime would suck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it would suck. Now that I have my fire, I got my shelter built up, I could put some wood on the fire, you know, make sure my chaga wasn't going to catch on fire, and then I could totally scour the woods for more birch bark, more whatever to get in here to get me up off the snow and to keep me from getting wet. So it's totally windproof back here. I can feel the snow turn to ice. So you know what that means, it melted nice right here. This is good. One other thing with this nice shower curtain is I can play tic-tac-toe. X goes first, right? 0. This would be a huge psychological advantage doing this. Huge. Okay guys, well I hope you enjoyed this episode of Clothed and Confident. This was kind of a, you know, obviously kind of a dude you're screwed type deal. One person one time told me, wow, you guys are really calling out the people that have been on TV. That is not what this is about. Justin and I are just out here having fun, practicing, trying new skills. I've never tried that. I never made a shelter out of a shower curtain and a roll of duct tape. It was fun. It was awesome. I had a blast doing it. And nobody's calling out anybody. We enjoy, or I personally enjoy the shows. They give me ideas. You know, take them for what they are. You know, they're TV. Anyway, I just don't want that to. I don't want anybody to think that. Nobody's being called out here. This is super fun for me, and just that's all it is. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm gonna start packing up now. I almost forgot the emergency envelope. What's in this? Didn't have to use it, but it'd be kind of neat to see what's in it. I think I know what it is. Son of a...